Hi, welcome to VR Jive. I'm Johnny Gat, and we're here to see if we can actually VR on a laptop. The guys at MSI are convinced that their GE62VR is a capable laptop, more than able to handle all your VR needs. So I'm going to put this baby through its paces and show you what its performance is really like. It's time to blast the crap out of more zombies with the Zombie Training Simulator. Zombie Training Simulator is available on the Steam store for about 20 bucks. For Zombie Training Simulator, I've separated it into two separate tests. The first one's using interleaved reprojection, so that way we can actually compare it to our budget PC test system, which we did a couple of weeks back. And the second test in Zombie Training Simulator, I used asynchronous reprojection, which isn't currently available on AMD GPUs. Hopefully it will be available later down the track, but at the moment, unless you've got an NVIDIA GPU, GTX 1060, 1070, 1080, you really can't use asynchronous reprojection. So when you look at the performance in interleaved reprojection that you've got at the top of the screen now, you'll see that we're getting very similar results as we did in our budget PC system. When looking at the graph, it seems that GeForce GTX 1060 is handling it quite a bit better than the RX 480 did in our budget PC system. They're both definitely capping out above that 14 millisecond time frame there, but they're both losing frames and they're currently both in full reprojection. From a user perspective, both experiences were very similar. Actually, I couldn't tell you the difference if I was to compare the two. If it was a blind test, there's no way known I would have been able to pick the difference between the two GPUs. But the GTX 1060 has a secret weapon up its sleeve.
First thing we do is throw out our stakes. I'm going to try some different tunes. There we go, strumming. Let's see, that's back there, we'll see how we go.
In this second part of the test, we've enabled asynchronous reprojection and increased the level up to level 24. The previous part was at level 16. So we've got a lot more zombies on the screen in level 24, which is putting a lot more stress on both the GPU and CPU. The sheer volume of zombies on the screen forces the GPU into asynchronous reprojection pretty much so constantly in this test. But the biggest difference between the two tests, between asynchronous and interleaved reprojection, is that asynchronous reprojection doesn't lose any frames whatsoever. The first thing I noticed was how smooth our fully automatic pistols were firing. When using interleaved reprojection, I noticed slowdowns in the fire rate of the pistols. With asynchronous reprojection, the fire rate is completely steady right through all 250 rounds, regardless of how many zombies are on the screen. I was shocked at how noticeable the performance difference between interleaved and asynchronous reprojection was. This is not just a small upgrade, this is a massive upgrade for every game I've tested so far. After experiencing this performance difference between interleaved and asynchronous reprojection, there's no way known I could possibly recommend anybody buying a GPU that did not support asynchronous reprojection. Interleaved reprojection seems to work fine on simpler graphics programs like the lab and even the lower levels of this game, but definitely once you start putting a bit of load onto the GPU, asynchronous reprojection is definitely required. Thanks to asynchronous reprojection, Zombie Training Simulator is not only playable on the MSI GE62VR, but it's an exceptional gaming experience.